Yeah, yeah. Let's get it in order, man. Let's get it in order. Shout out to all the people out there right now. Tone Bro checking in. Black Compass Media. You know what I mean? Shout out to the whole team. The whole team. The whole team. All right? Because it's a team effort, man. Pose, Cola, Driz, Polo. We out here, man. So, I mean, I'm just wanted to check in. I think the other day, I did a joint. It got really good, really, kind of good reviews and all that. So that was dope, man. So I appreciate y'all for even rocking with that. I said I was gonna do more of these, so I'm definitely gonna do more. Just talking about different subjects. So just stuff, and I want to do it on days where we had a show. Now the show. Let me tell y'all about the show. The show happened yesterday. It was in like a band type setting, so it was for people on our Patreon. You know what I mean? So shout out to all the patrons. Everybody who supports, man, I encourage y'all to support. We do overtimes there. You'll get all the stuff quicker before everybody else. Any of our special features will be there. So shout out to everybody in the society that really contributes to that, because that is big. You know what I mean? Like that's a big deal for us. All right, I wanna address a few things. You know what I mean? Again, yo, shout out to the chat. Yo, I wanna make sure I read everything in the chat too, in the live. All right. So a couple thoughts on a couple of things that's going on, man. Yo, first of all, make sure you subscribe to all the different media out here, man. There's people out here that's really doing their thing as far as, media goes and stuff like that. And I one place I definitely gotta salute, man. I gotta salute Rapmatic. Gotta salute Rapmatic. Love their content. Love everything that they got going on. All the interviews always seem to be kind of crazy, or at least a different look. Man, there's one on there right now, and salute to Bonnie Godiva. Bonnie Godiva, go watch that Rapmatic interview with Bonnie Godiva. I'm gonna salute her on one thing that she said in the joint. I want y'all to watch it, but and I'll put that down in the description box too, so y'all can see that. There's one thing that she said in there I thought was interesting. She was like, she's gonna do a battle and she wants to do it on OnlyFans. Now she's trolling Vixen, but she wants to do that battle on OnlyFans and kind of monetize that way. I think that's dope. I think that's very dope. You know what I mean? To have that outlet. I know she got a big following on there. I think a few people might turn their nose up at that, but hey, if you can get it that way, why not? You know what I mean? We always encourage entrepreneurship and things like that anyway. So, well, shout out to Bonnie. The other thing, man, did she go in on math? I don't know. Maybe it was a Nori joint, I guess, where he said that she, he talked about some sexual activity. Listen, go watch the joint. Go watch it. But man, she got shots of math. That was crazy. What do y'all think about that, bro? Because I don't know. She's going in on him, saying he can't get a battle, saying he can't perform. Like, I don't know. Like, he may as well battle her. It was very, very personal. She went crazy. Make sure you go watch that. I was sick. I was sick watching because I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, man, like, this is never gonna end. Y'all really gotta head toward that battle. You seen her come out with the Snake Eyes joint. I guess it's been shots back and forth ever since. So it is what it is. Another joint that so what I want to get to before we start on volume, which is that's what I'm here for. I really want to give thoughts on the volume, as that comes up, and everything here is going to be elaborated on in the show when we actually have the show and everything like that too. All right. So, but one thing I want to shed light on: Black excellence. All right, Rashida Jones, new president of MSNBC, Black woman. That's a big win. Shout out to her for that. Very, very qualified, very capable woman. So she's about to be out of here. You know what I mean? President at MSNBC. You got Susan Rice is selected for the cabinet. Also Black woman. She worked under the Obama administration as well. Very astute in foreign policy and things like that. But she is she's been tapped to lead the domestic council, right? For Joe Biden's cabinet. So, and then we got Lloyd Austin, first Black man tapped to lead the Pentagon. So, hey, we represent it. They representing us up there. You know what I mean? I gotta tip my hat to that. So, I'd be remiss if I didn't shout out everybody that had COVID or, dealing with people who do have it, man. And, my heart goes out to y'all for sure and everything like that. So, I had that situation myself, my mom actually, getting through that. So, but she was able to persevere. So, and like many of us are, and stay vigilant and things like that. We're going to turn up for summer 2021. I'm going to keep saying that. I'm going to keep saying that because we got to speak that into existence. All right. Now, let's talk about volume. Let's talk about volume. Talk about volume 6. And I'm not going to go too crazy on everything because we're going to talk about this on the show. But just as sort of a way that I'm headed with this, you know what I mean? I want to kind of talk to that. Like, I got to the point where I was like, like volume is really the best. It is the best imprint on Smack. It is the best. If you look at a competition, battles that mean something, battles that actually gonna shake the culture, like you can end up leaving that. If somebody gets killed, in each of these battles, if somebody gets killed, it's kind of bad. It's bad. Look at the matchups. Ill Will, Danny Myers, 2 guys at 3 rounds every single time out. Every single time out. You can't dispute it. 3 rounds every time out. Ill Will's been on a hell of a run. And you say what you want about Danny Myers, but he still is formidable. 3 rounds of Danny Myers is still work. Like you got to tip your hat to that man to be that consistent over this many years in a volume setting. Man, that might end up being one of them ones. That's what I think. I think you're looking at a situation where, you're probably talking debatable. Very likely a debatable battle, but you never know, man. You never know what Ill Will is going to show up. Now, my question to y'all is, who between Ill Will and Danny Myers, because this is where I was at. Who has the capability to like have that round? Like, I feel like I've seen like the round where like you go off where it's a 5-star round. I feel like if you take the best Ill Will rounds and you match them up against the best Danny Myers rounds, I feel like Ill Will has more moments in there. He has more moments. I feel like when Danny Myers is cooking, when he's consistent back to back to back to back to back, every bar is different with him. But as far as them rounds that just stick out, like we go back to and we get the slogans from and all that I feel like Ill Will got that. But I don't know if that's going to win this battle, though. More on that later. We'll get to predictions and all that. We got, I'm going to skip over that because I feel like that's a championship. But Jerry West, Arsenal, dope matchup. If you've been following Jerry West, I feel like he's put himself in the mix. Like, I feel like he's put himself in the mix. Now, the one thing I'm realizing about Arsenal, and we'll expound upon this later, the one thing I'm realizing about Arsenal is that Arsenal's not playing with new people right now. Like, he's not. Lately, he's kind of been on one. You've seen what he did with Emerson Kennedy. You've seen what he did with Chess. Like, it seemed like when he has to battle these type of guys, he's a tough matchup. Like, he just knows too much. He's very, very experienced. I got to tip my hat to Jerry West, though. The battle that he had with Chilla Jones and this year, what he's been able to do this year as far as being consistent in this era, I think he's one of the unsung heroes of this bubble era. So some people got him beating Chilla Jones in they battle. And if he makes the argument against Arsenal, I think he's primed to be in that top tier talk, in my opinion. Now, we got to see what happens when the stage opens up, obviously. But as far as being able to compete, he's shown himself being able to do that at a high level. So, easy to block captain versus T-Top. Yeah, I mean, listen, bro. If you from a certain era, if you from a certain cloth, you know what I mean, outside, all that, whatever you want to call it, that's the one right there. Easy to block captain versus T-Top is the one. No doubt about it. The face-off was crazy. I'm going to drop the face-off in the description box. You can see that. The face-off was crazy. You can't deny the energy. So, to me, it's almost like T-Top talking to like a version of himself before UFF almost. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's still on the come up, still on the rise. And T-Top now is venturing off doing other stuff. You know what I mean? He got his stuff he's doing with goods, with the cannabis and all that. What is it called? Haymaker. So shout out to Top for that. Now, I think that could be a tough matchup, but we've seen T Top get out of crazy situations. We've seen him have crazy rounds. He's able to dominate the stage, not on the stage, but T Top made his name battling through the South, like in small rooms. That's what he did. Look at vintage T Top from the Spit That Heat days. That's what he was doing. Easy to Block Captain is on a hell of a run. Is he a lock to y'all for URL Rookie of the Year? That's why I try to put that on top of it. Because people be like, oh, he's not a rookie. He's not a rookie. But as far as being able to be in this class, is he the guy this year? Is he over Sick? Is he over the rest? Is he over Fonz? I know Fonz just got booked with Av for later this month. Oh, man. That could be consequential, too. Because if he beats Av and he won the tournament, he got to be the guy. So we really not going to know rankings or anything until the end of the year. That's why this year is so dope, in my opinion. All right. Then you got Pat Stay versus K-Shine. Pat Stay versus K-Shine should be an all-time matchup. That has classic written all over it. I don't even want to jinx it. Look, this is wooden. I'm gonna go ahead and knock on this. But that has classic written all over it, bro. Look at what's going on, because I kind of feel like you got K-Shine, who's been extra consistent, probably one of the best. If you take maybe the last 3 years, him and Gotti have been the guys, right? I think Gotti, in my opinion, isn't having the same type of year as he once had, but then again, Gotti was shining on the stages. So maybe it's a little bit tough to count. Anyway, shout out to Gotti, too. He's supposed to be coming through. We got something going on Caffeine today, so I'm going to just check in with him. But we supposed to be syncing up. Now, this battle has potential to be classic. Pat Stay is formidable. I don't know where this comes from that he can't perform in small rooms. Y'all gotta go look at old Pat Stay or one of them best ofs of Pat Stay. It wasn't always a packed house. Like, he performed. And even if it's a small crowd, because the volume's never like it's not like a quiet room. You know, I remember being there for Volume 1 when K-Shine battled Danny Myers. It was probably about 20 of us, 25 of us in that room. And I recall Pat Stay and Head Ice not being like a crazy crowd and him being able to handle himself. But if K-Shine can beat Pat Stay and add another win to an already crazy run, it puts him in different territory, in my opinion. 2021, some of y'all are going to really have to talk to K-Shine. I feel like he shouldn't have to ask for certain matchups. It's just a matter of when, in my opinion. If he's able to come away with this victory, if Pat Stay is able to come away with the win, it again dispels another myth about Pat Stay. I was told he wasn't gonna be able to adapt. That's what I was told. Y'all told me he wasn't gonna be able to do it. All right, but nah, we see that's not true. All right, yo, shout out to the people. I don't know what's going on with the let me make sure. Oh, the live chat was disabled. My fault. Oh, my bad, y'all. Y'all just watching mad. Like, my fault. Live chat was disabled, man. I'm new to this. Give me a break, man. Give me a break. Because yeah, I definitely want to get y'all thoughts, y'all reflections on this stuff. I think the live chat should be enabled now. Let me know if that's still the case and all that. I guess I'll know when I see y'all type. I was wondering. I looked up, like, ain't nobody saying nothing. It's 133 niggas in here. Like, anyway, we'll get to more of this stuff anyway. All right, now, what else I want to say on Pat Stay and K-Shine? Oh yeah, more. It'll be more on the show. But one thing I just want to put out there: if Pat Stay wins, is Pat Stay already the best person to come over from, KOTD here? Like, he's already that guy, right? Like, because the thing about not being able to adapt is a real thing. And again, I think if he turns the corner on this is another myth that he kind of gets out the park on K-Shine, who I know ain't playing. All right, now we got Goods versus Geechee Gotti. Goods versus Geechee Gotti is a dope battle. Would have loved to see this one on the stage for sure. Just a couple quick things about that. I feel like this is going to wake a lot of people up as to the versatility of somebody like Goods, because we haven't seen him in a small room like that. Well, not counting the Gage work, even though, it's a little bit of a crowd there. He's definitely a different battler. But we remember Goods in the Lions Den era handling business in a small room. Gotti is one of the most consistent battlers of all time. I said that, and I mean that. He's one of the most consistent guys all time. We know what to expect. I think this is going to come down to a third round situation. Goods is he's very, very good at picking at the things that you do well and really flipping them on their head and making you look crazy. So I think Goods should be Goods versus Gotti should be a dope battle. It should be a dope battle. I'm expecting a close battle. And it's gonna wake a lot of people up to what Goods is able to do, especially in a small room. It's more bar heavy, stuff like that. I think Goods is able to adapt. And then what I think is the championship. Now, sue me for this. I want to see what y'all think in the comments. Is this the championship? Because to me, the guy who wins this wins. But see, I don't know, because what if K-Shine smokes Pat Stay? And then you say, yo, he beat Ehart, Chess, Clips, and Pat Stay, arguably didn't lose a round. What do you do then? What do you do about champion of the year then? Like, how does that even work? So I guess it's not over. But to me, this is one of the matchups that's really going to determine what happens, because Chilla Jones has an incredibly strong resume. B-Dot has a strong resume as well. Also had a great year. They've been on the collision course, in my opinion. It's dope seeing two dudes gain momentum at the same time, and for that matchup to make sense. Very, very rare that happens. So volume being what it is really here to kind of settle a lot of stuff and dispel a lot of myths. Now, Chilla Jones, shout out to y'all that are fans, right, of URL, because for a while people would give Chilla Jones grief for not being able to rock the stage and all that, and then he wins the championship. That's not a big deal. Now what? What do we got to say now? Because he done beat a lot of y'all favorites when he got over there. He done gave guys shots. He beat some of y'all favorites. He took matches on short rest. He's earned respect this year. If you're a URL fan, and a lot of us used to have these impressions of Chilla. I'm going to be honest, I did too. Audio Night Quell. Lyrical Codeine. Yeah, that was me too. I was saying that. But nah, this is different. He worked on his craft. I think a lot of that work actually happened in KOTD and just traveling and stuff like that too. But this new revamp of Chilla is going over very well. And B-Dot's having an awesome year. I think rapping-wise, like who can rap, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we could punch around or whatever, but being able to just rap, B-Dot can rap, bro. He's probably, like, this year, you put together them 6 rounds of some of the best rapping you're going to hear. But always comes with some message, always comes with work. I kind of just feel like, it's going to be an ultimate style breakdown. You know what I mean? I think B-Dot's going to go after a lot of the scheme and stuff, a lot of stuff that Chilla helped innovate. And I think Chilla's going to have a message on the back end about what B-Dot stands for. Interesting territory to go into. A lot of people take that approach with B-Dot. Does not always work. I think you have a better chance with B-Dot trying to go like Verb, for instance, right? Verb kept it fluid. He kept that punch rate high. He was working. He was rapping with B-Dot. You know what I mean? Typically trying to break down his style it's tough. I think T-Top did a good job. It's only so much you could say about being conscious. Even T-Top had a few misses, like you too pro-black. There's no such thing as too pro-black, bro. Like, so it's tricky, right? But Chilla's saying it's going to be a different Chilla than people have ever seen. So we got to see, man. How do y'all call it, man? How do y'all call in these matchups? Drop your comments below. This is not going to be a long blog by any means or anything like that. Drop your comments below. We're going to have a show today. We'll break all of that down. We'll have call-ins as well. If you're not hip, get to the Discord, because that's where we at. That's where we always talking and things like that. All right? I can't see any live chat in anything because I don't think you can enable it once you already here. So shout out to people that's trying to say something and can't. But leave your comments below. All right? All right, so cool. So one other thing before I get out of here, you know what I'm saying? One other thing. I just want to address something. Now, by no means am I like, I'm not an analyst or nothing like that. Like, I'm not. I'm just a fan of sports and all that too. What do y'all think about the top 10? What do y'all think about the NBA top 10 rankings ESPN released? You know what I'm saying? Now, LeBron at 1, I think we unanimously agree that he's 1. Now, the crazy thing about him being 1 is how old he is. Like, that is rare. I heard a lot of people kind of going back and forth to AD at number 2. You can't deny what he did in the playoffs, man. It was not all Bron. In some of them games, AD helped close out for real, for real. So I get where people are going with that. But then Giannis is who he is. It's like, you know, like how can you deny what he's been able to do? So I think you could have flipped that or whatever. Everything else seems to me to be okay. I know I don't show it here, but they got Zion at like 19 or 20. That's interesting. How Kawhi continues to be that high is interesting to me too. And then how do you rate Curry and Durant? We don't know what they're going to be. Hopefully Durant comes back 100% and Curry comes back 100%. I think they're going to make people remember who they are, though, especially Steph. He seems driven by stuff like that. So I think, but, you know, give me your thoughts, though. Give me your thoughts. Drop your team names. I'm a Portland Trail Blazers fan. Shout out to the Nets. You know what I mean? Shout out to KD coming back. It's dope to see him on the joint. But I am a Portland Trail Blazers fan. I have been for a while. Drop your jokes about that if you want to. I'm cool with that. I've heard everything. And, you know, I grew up in the era where Kobe was just getting highlight reel after highlight reel on. Like, it was abusive. But we had some good teams, though. Whatever. Don't do that. Shout out to Brandon Roy. But Dame Lillard up there in the top 10 is well deserved. You know, as a Blazers fan, and if you are a fan of a team in a small market, man, you know it's like, you know, people give you good years and all that, but it's like how long you keep him there. If he wants to compete for a championship, you know, at some point or whatever the case might be, I mean, I feel like he's put his time in. You know, I know the contract is what it is, but, you know, he's trying. He's trying his best. I mean, he's up there for me all time. Portland, like, I feel like you might have to put him, you might have to start Dame. I think you might have to start him on that all time. But anyway, let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think about the volume. Let me know what y'all think about ESPN, these top 20s and all that too. I just want to bring up the volume joint one more time just to say shout out to urltv.tv. Shout out to the whole team, the staff, everybody at Caffeine. Make sure y'all subscribe. That is free. That right there, that's a free event. That's free. It's on Caffeine. Oh, and get an account too. Get a Caffeine account because when you're watching Caffeine on the app is also free. When you're watching Caffeine and they do the voting between rounds, jump in. The voting has been kind of good, but it's been accurate. So you can leave comments, you can jump in. The battlers in there giving they you know, opinions and things like that, trying to sway stuff, of course. But yeah, make sure y'all jump in. There'll be a bunch of other battles to talk about, all the announcements, man. And shout out to all the leagues too, man. King of the Dot, RBE, all the leagues that is working. We go hard as well. And the Riot and on-site battle league in my hometown, Rochester, New York. So, but we gonna close it out just like that, man. Give me y'all takes. Tone Bro, Black Compass Media, subscribe to the whole clicking team. Join me in the society.